Hey everyone, this video series is about Python functions, or to be precise, user-defined functions in Python. Although Python has got many functions of its own like print, len, type, etc. But still you will need your own functions once you start writing bigger and complex programs. Once you start writing complex programs, it is always advisable that you break them into smaller pieces of code which can be reused into the form of functions. Functions, they add modularity to your program so that your program is broken down into different modules, which makes it easy to debug and maintain and upscale. On your screen, you can see various topics related to Python functions upon which I am planning to create videos. This is quite a long list, therefore I am not going to cover everything into one single video. I am going to break it down into smaller videos, just like functions. So the agenda for today's video is functions and introduction. How can we define a function? How can we call it? What are the functions without parameters? What are functions with parameters and functions with default arguments? In order to define a function, you can see on your screen, we start with def, that is the keyword, then the function name and parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis there can be parameters which are optional, and then a colon. And once you press enter, almost on every IDE it will be indented. So as you can see it over here, I have put it some arrow signs. So all the codes which belong to that function goes into that indentation, and once you are outside the indentation, that is your indentation level is same as the def function which is here, which it means that those codes are outside the function. Now it is time to define our very own first function. I am going to start with def, that is the keyword. Then I have to give the name of function. I am going to call it first underscore func. A function name can start with a letter or an underscore, and then I am going to put here the parenthesis. I am not passing any parameter in between them, so this is a function without parameter. Then a colon, and then here I am going to write some statement. For example, I can write here print hello world. And if you noticed, the moment I pressed enter after this giving this colon, print is coming at after certain space on line number 2, that is the indentation. So indentation is very important. So whatever is within this indentation after the colon, that is part of a function. There could be one line inside a function or multiple lines. For example, here I can also write Python, and then if I go back and write here something, for example print, it was my first function. Now this print statement on line number 4, it is at the same indentation as def, so it is not a part of our function. Only line number 2 and 3 are part of our function. Now if I run this program, I am going to get here it was my first function. So where is these 2 lines of code? Why they were not printed? Only this line number 4 was printed, which is outside the function. So this takes us to a very important concept, that just defining a function is not necessary. You have to call the function. It has to be called, otherwise it is not going to work. And how do we call the function? We have to call it using the name first func and then the parenthesis. Now what will happen is that, first let us see, in fact, on to the terminal. Now you see I am first getting this executed line number 4 and then first func. So I am getting here on the terminal, it was my first function, then hello world, and then Python. And if we simply write print first func but without the parenthesis, it is going to print me the memory address where this function is. You see this line. It is not like that we can only print using a function. We can do various things, like we can take input, we can perform arithmetic operations. Let me define one more function. Again, I am going to call it def first func. Again, I am doing it without any parameters, colon, press enter. It is move to the next line, and here I am going to say print hello, and then I am going to use here the input function. What's your name? Now what this function is going to do is that it is going to accept the user input and print out their name. And if I, again, in order to run this function, I have to call it. So I am going to call this first func, and here you see again I am not passing any parameter, any argument, so I am simply calling it. So here, what's your name? Let us say my name is Kate. Hello Kate. Do we always need to take the input using the input function like I have shown here in the function? No, we can pass the input, or we can pass as we call as parameter to the function. Let us define another function. Let's call it func with parameter. Again, parenthesis here, and this time I am going to pass here a parameter called name. Print. Again, I am going to do the same thing, hello, and this time instead of like here I asked for the input, I am going to simply call it here this name, the parameter that we have defined here. Now when we have called this function, we need to pass. So far we have passed this, called this these two functions without passing any argument. Here inside the parenthesis along with the function name, when we are passing over something, it is called parameter, but when we are calling it, it is called an argument. But most often people use them interchangeably, including myself. So now if I call this function just with the parenthesis without passing any argument, it is going to throw an error. Here you see I am getting a type error, func with parameter missing one required positional argument, that is called name. So we have to pass here some argument. So I have to pass here. Now let me call it something like this, Kate. Now if I call this function here, I am getting back. Now we are back in business. We are getting the same output, hello Kate. One thing to remember here is that while calling the function, the number of arguments should be same as the number of parameters that you are passing here. So if you are passing here two parameters, then you have to call it with two arguments. Let me copy this line of codes and paste it below just to prove my point, and tweak a little bit. F underscore name for first name and comma L underscore name for second name, and here also I need to change it to F underscore name because this variable should be same as here. Now if I am going to run this program, here you see I am getting a type error, func with parameter missing one required positional parameter, which is argument, which is called L underscore name. So we have to supply both the names. So I come over here and write second name, and here let's write here L underscore name as well. Now clear the terminal, run the script again. Now I am getting a hello Kate Perry. As I said couple of minutes back, that the number of arguments while calling the function must be same as the number of parameters that we are passing over here. But this is not entirely correct. We can override it also. So let me make it a comment and bring the code over here again. So what I can do here is that I can give here something like this, guest. Now I am going to call it again, first with parameter or argument here in line number 22, that is get, and second time I am calling it without any argument. And you will see here in the second one, first is printing hello cat. This is coming because of this code at line number 22, and second is hello guest. It is being printed because of this. So this way what we have done here is that we have given a default argument, so that if there are no arguments passed, then the function is going to print out again with the default argument over here like this. Let us take one more example. Def add a comma b, and here I write print a plus b. Now if I have to call it add, let us say 2 comma 3, it is going to give me back 5. And if I come over here again, let me copy this line of codes. I can again use the default parameter here. I can say b is equal to 1, and now if I call add with only one parameter, I would be getting the output 2 plus 1 3, 5 when we have passed both the arguments, 3 when we are passing only one argument. So the function of default argument is that if the user does not pass any argument, it will pick up from there. Otherwise, like in this case, otherwise if the user has given the argument while calling the function, that particular argument is going to override what we have defined here by default. I am going to upload all these codes onto my Git page and put the link into the description box. If you find this video useful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Till then, happy coding.